Take a moment and be honest with yourself. When you think about the future, not in a dramatic way, just quietly, do you feel calm or do you feel uneasy? Not because everything is wrong, but because something feels unfinished. You may not hate your life, you may not be in crisis, but you know you're not fully aligned with the person you want to become. You've thought about changing habits. You've imagined being more focused, healthier, more confident. You've told yourself that next year will be different, and then the year arrives, and most things stay the same routines, the same distractions, the same intentions that never quite turn into action. This isn't because you don't care. In fact, it's usually the opposite. People who feel this tension care deeply. They just don't know where to begin without overwhelming themselves. So time passes, not dramatically, quietly. And one day you realize that another year is approaching, and you're still carrying the same conversations with yourself. I should be doing more. I know what I need to change. I'll get serious soon. But soon keeps moving. This is one of the most common human experiences, knowing that change matters, but struggling to make it real. Not because you lack discipline, not because you lack intelligence, but because change feels vague, heavy, and undefined. And when something feels too big, the mind delays. What if changing your future isn't about dramatic transformation, but about simple, repeatable habits? What if the version of you that feels far away is actually built through small daily decisions? What if the problem isn't time, motivation, or willpower, but how you structure your days? This is not about doing everything at once, and it's not about becoming someone else. It's about choosing a few foundational habits that quietly reshape your direction. Not overnight, not perfectly, but consistently. Let's talk about why people struggle with change, even when they genuinely want it. The human brain prefers familiarity over improvement. Familiar patterns feel safe, even when they're limiting. Unfamiliar habits feel uncertain, even when they're beneficial. So when you think about changing your life, your mind often jumps to extremes. Waking up at impossible hours, perfect routines, total discipline, no mistakes. That image alone creates resistance, because deep down, you know you can't sustain perfection. So instead of starting imperfectly, you don't start at all. This is why change fails quietly, not from lack of effort, but from lack of structure. Real change doesn't begin with intensity. It begins with direction, and direction is shaped by habits. Habits are not dramatic. They don't feel heroic. They feel ordinary, but they compound. A small habit repeated daily becomes an identity over time. The question isn't, can you change everything? The question is, can you change a few things and keep them? Let's look at what actually makes a difference. Not 7 extreme rules, but a small set of grounded habits that stabilize your life. Habit 1. Creating quiet time before the world takes your attention. Most people begin their day in reaction mode, notifications, messages, noise. Before they've had a chance to think, they're already responding. This trains the mind to be externally driven. Waking up a bit earlier, not dramatically, just intentionally, creates a pocket of ownership, not to hustle, not to overwhelm yourself, but to think, to read, to plan, to move slowly before the noise begins. This habit isn't about the hour, it's about priority. Starting your day on your terms changes how the rest of the day feels. Habit 2. Redirecting focus from approval to progress. Many people measure their lives through attention. Who notices them? Who responds? Who validates them? This is natural, but dangerous when it becomes central. When your energy goes toward being liked, admired, or chosen, progress slows. Not because relationships don't matter, but because growth requires internal focus. When you invest in skills, health, stability, and direction, Confidence follows naturally. You don't need to chase connection. Connection emerges when your life is grounded. This habit is about shifting attention inward, toward what you are building, not how you are perceived. Habit 3. Moving your body daily without extremes. Physical movement stabilizes the mind, not through intensity, through consistency. Daily movement, walking, stretching, basic strength, improves energy, mood, and clarity. You don't need perfection. You need repetition. A body that moves regularly supports a mind that can focus. This habit isn't aesthetic, it's functional. Habit 4. Learning something valuable every day. The person you will be next year depends largely on what you learn this year, not casually, intentionally. Learning compounds quietly. 30 minutes to an hour a day adds up faster than most people realize. Choose skills that increase autonomy: financial, technical, communicative. Learning gives you leverage, and leverage creates options. Habit 5. Practicing expression and communication. Clear thinking improves when expression improves. Writing, speaking, explaining ideas. You don't need an audience, you need clarity. Practicing communication strengthens confidence and structure of thought. It makes opportunities visible, and it reduces internal noise. Habit 6. Spending time alone without stimulation. Silence is uncomfortable at first. That's because the mind is used to constant input, quiet walks, still moments, no phone. These allow thoughts to surface and settle. This habit improves emotional regulation and insight. It's a mental reset. Habit 7. Speaking intentionally, even when it feels awkward. Communication is not talent, it's practice. Speaking regularly, even alone, builds confidence and clarity. You don't need charisma. You need repetition. Clear speech leads to clearer decisions. The solution is not to adopt all habits at once. That fails. The solution is to choose 3, not because the others don't matter, but because sustainability matters more than intensity. Choose 3 habits that feel slightly uncomfortable, but doable. Commit to them for 30 days. No perfection, no guilt. Just repetition. Track them simply. What gets tracked gets repeated. So remember this. Step 1. Choose habits that give you control over your time and attention. Step 2. Start small enough that consistency feels possible. Step 3. Repeat daily, without waiting to feel motivated. That's how identity shifts. Change doesn't require pressure. It requires honesty. You don't need to become someone else. You need to support the version of you that wants to grow. The future doesn't arrive suddenly. It's built quietly, one habit at a time. In the video I'm linking here, we explore the meaning behind the phrase, "I'll do it tomorrow," and how to overcome it. If this resonated with you, keep going.